Moi, je suis à l'heure, hein. À l'heure. Hello, hello, everybody. You're not seeing me. Now you're going to see me. Here I am. Oh my gosh. What is that? Let me remove this back, and you're going to see me now in my small office here in the New York State. And welcome to You Change the World. This is broadcasted today on multiple channels as it is each week. This week, you're going to have me on LinkedIn. You're going to have the Instagram link. You're going to have it on YouTube. You're going to have it on Facebook and on X Twitter and on podcasts, all the podcast channels that you know, Amazon, um, Apple, etc. For the YouTube watchers, please subscribe. I'm asking this time because it's very important. Important in the fact that it motivates us, the team and myself, and in the same time, it allows people to follow you. The traction is always going when people see that you are subscribing. So please do subscribe on YouTube. And if you watch this on another channel, after you're done, go to YouTube and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Um, Another thing I want to mention, because today is an interesting topic. I mean, I hope that every time we meet, we are addressing something that is familiar to you, that really talks to your heart. It is really the goal of our show, so for sure. And really, this is an opportunity, I think, for everybody to think about reinvention, about growth, about leadership, about personal leadership, about how you bring yourself to the world and how you impact people. This is really what we're talking about every day. This is what I'm coaching executives, managers, professionals, entrepreneurs, individuals every day. And sometimes when it is about mediation or conflict resolution, then whoever is in conflict or in resolution can be commercial, can be matrimonial, can be family. This is always the same vein of dynamic where I play a role of mediator, then I'm facilitating, or I'm playing a role of a coach and I'm listening, and I'm using all the skills that I can to help these people to grow and to identify or hear things that they are saying but not hearing, and etc. etc. There's so many muscles that I have to activate when I'm there passionately with individuals and with groups and teams going through a session and really trying to contribute and make it meaningful, make it also meaningful for the long term that we are building, that we're reflecting, that we're learning, we're internalizing. All of those things are really part of the exercise. But really going from one session to the next, usually it goes for 6 months. It's every other week. That's the cadence, every other week, every 6 months. I have to talk about coaching a little bit, right? Because at the end of the day, you're watching this, but maybe you might be interested to use coaching for yourself, and you know where to find me. Now, there is a website, www.coachingpath.com. Wherever you are, you're going to have it in English for now, but there will be a French version coming soon. And in that website, you have an opportunity to leave a message or to ask for an appointment. We'll have a free session for 15 to 20 minutes just to explore what you're going through, what you feel, and how maybe I could bring you or anyone in my team could bring you any support that you might need. It's also about facilitating a retreat or any kind of workshops, or even for a keynote. Sometimes, we talk about innovation, we talk about leadership, we talk about, really contemporary topics of today. The one we are addressing today here in the internet, on this show, live and real time, is really very related to what happens in the news this week. There is a threat that I think never, ever in the life of a civil worker, it happened and at any time, that someone chose to build a career in the US Army or in any federal agency or a state agency, anything that is really an agency, it's civil worker, because of stability, because of building a life where you are completely dependent, and this is really the truth. You give yourself to a system, to a whole framework that supports you for compensation, for benefits, much more than any other private institution. The mindset, let's be very honest, is stability. And many people need stability to function better. This sense of stability makes them uh, more motivated or just play their skills and all the professions and skills that they learned, or just come to the army as a very young entry level soldier, but then build a career and start to grow through the ladder and the hierarchy of the army and become an officer and all the different leadership and responsibilities that you could dream of. But today in the United States, with a new president and a new cabinet, there is a drastic change about different situations that will now jeopardize, to some extent, some of you, if you're watching, jeopardize at least that mindset that you are counting on this job every single day you go there, and you never felt any kind of threat on you, on your job, that you might have to lose it or to resign like it's proposed to you earlier than at your resignation time and then get compensated for that, but be now free in the market. Well, let me just tell you one thing. Any civil worker has to retire early in life in the United States or at a certain age in any other country. That retirement is not a stop to their career, and many of them are going then to the private sector or do something on their own. They just are entrepreneurs, had always an entrepreneurial dream, and now it's the time because they have a retirement. It's also very safe. They know how much they're going to get every month, and based on that, they can start now a business on their own. Very, very wise, very normal, very standard. What's now disrupting is, for the first time again, uh, because of a restructuring of the finances of the United States of America, because there was a lot of expenses the last 4 years, especially there a lot of spending. Many positions have been created, like IRS inspectors and things like that. I think 90,000 new positions were created in 4 years for just IRS inspectors. Um, and things of that nature. Civil workers working for the government. But then it was also an opportunity for this new government and new cabinet to put things flat on the table and say who is relevant, not relevant, who is really going to work and not going to work, because that's also a question that was asked. All of these things with the Dodge, special organization led by Elon Musk, and there is a lot of things out there, a lot of anger, a lot of intensity, let's put it this way, until it's becoming clear that maybe at the end of the day, and everybody will recognize it, even the civil workers, there was a lot of excess. When there is excess, you need to fix things. It cannot go forever. That's what's going on. It's a very typical private sector situation. And the word reorganization, and the word lay off, or the word um, uh, restructuration, not only reorganization, is the music that I hear every single day. Oh, Andre, you know what? Since last week or since the last time we met, a lot of things happened. Well, I received a pink slip. I have to find a new job. Or we have a new boss. This thing about having a new boss, about during COVID or just shortly after COVID was really funny. I mean, I don't know if it was funny, but some people changed boss over 5 weeks or 6 weeks. I think I said that to you already. It was kind of a turnover of managers and leaders that was insane, totally out of this world, right? So that shakes you up. When you go to work every day with a certain expectation and it's predictable, then you go into what's called a routine. It has pros and cons. On the personal level, it's predictable. You can come home and you're going to pay your bills this month. Very good. It makes you very different to most of the people out there who go, paycheck by paycheck. So it's a different story. And hopefully, those who have this privilege of being civil workers and getting a check every 2 weeks and being very kind of secured in their position, I hope they have sympathy for those out there who have no security at all and have to sometimes do multiple jobs. So welcome to the club in a way. And I'm not happy for you in the sense that right now you're living a panic, a crisis. You have never thought that something like this would happen to you, right? And now the coach is talking to you now about you and about something, excuse me, I brought several times here, a concept that really is very simple, but a concept that you really should really focusing on and internalize at all cost. And that is that you own your own destiny and not the US Army, not Uncle Sam. And that's the mistake you made at one point. If you are aggravated to the extent you are, or shocked or panicked as you are, because you have given all your trust, all your soul to Uncle Sam, right? Let's face it, let's be very honest about it. Really. So when you go to work, when everything has been designed that way, when you decided you sign now off on a contract with the US forces and this and that, you gave all your trust, all your soul, all your body to the US Army, to the government, and everybody thank you for your service. Because it's true. You're sacrificing yourself for the for the civic service. And for that, civil service, sorry. And for that reason, it's praiseworthy. But on the other hand, you also made that choice for another reason sometimes, and most of the time, because you need job security. Now this is happening to you. You have a threat, or you're asked now to resign sooner, and you're given a nice compensation, a nice severance package, I don't know how you call it, that I think you have until 2030 to get the same salary and benefits, but you're off the payroll or something happens to you that you are going to vacate and go back home. Now you're in the market for those who wants to continue to work. Even they have this guaranteed check every month, they still want to be useful to the society. They want to now consider going to work. It takes months, sometimes years, to internalize this and to be ready for it. You were not ready for it. You're caught by surprise. You were not expecting this to happen so fast, right? So that's what it is. Look, make a distinction, a very clear distinction between two type of people. The one who is used to that situation, and because he is used or she is used to that situation, that person is prepared. That person has an updated resume. That person goes online, not every day, it doesn't have to be an obsession, but measures, the value on the market. What is my worth in the market? My diploma, my experience, what I want to do. What is it that I want to do next? The next position I'm aiming for. All of that. Why do you think a promotion, your promotion, is going to happen in the company where you work? And all this fight and all this worry that you're going to be or not be promoted for that position that you own right now in that company. I'm not inviting people to be disloyal or lose integrity to the company that employ them. God forbid. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying you're on your own in this world. You have your autonomy. You're independent. Your destiny is to some extent in your hands. You need to own, yeah, your destiny. You need to own the effort of being marketable and of being ready for the next move. You have to own that. And that no companies can say to you that you're wrong to do this. So I'm not saying to do this at the place of work, in the location where you work. I'm doing to this. You do this in, on a regular basis, in a very structured way, with a lot of discipline, to really keep that ritual, that regular time and space that you're going to dedicate to research, to be visible, to eventually even proactively apply for a job, go through the whole process of the interviews, get an offer on the table, really, and now decide for yourself if you want to move or not. And of course, you are applying to something that is more, now that you are in a position, you can afford having the audacity, if we call it that way, to really claim or ask or look for the job of your dream, right? At one point in life, you need to do what you like and what you love. You're not able to do this today, maybe, but tomorrow, why not, right? Now, look at this opportunity. Look at this incredible opportunity, that gift That thing you could celebrate. Of course, it's totally crazy, right? Andre is telling you to celebrate. You got received something, in the mail that you have to leave, or you are going to be asked to take retirement or not, and you have only 24 hours. I think it's today or tomorrow is the deadline, and you're going to have to make a decision. And your experience, and you have all this legacy and all this background in the civil industry, in the civil sector, and whatever you're doing and whatever you've been praised for doing, and you're doing a great job, right? Because that's also possible. This is not based on merit, it's based on the economy. It's an economical decision for the country to reduce the debt, the national debt, to all kind of reasons that are very good reasons, not anything against you, not something personal to you. You are just asked to leave because your payroll plus this one and this one and this one represent a cost that the country cannot afford paying anymore, or because you are redundant, or because just for a reason or another, technology, innovation, it's not relevant. I hate to say you're not relevant anymore. How can I dare say something like this? Whoever would dare say something like this? It's just that things are changing, and maybe your profession, your skills can be better used in another context than the one you are right now. So we have 10 minutes, 13 minutes. It's time for me to tell you I'm on Zoom right now, and I'm streaming from Restream on Zoom. Why? Because if you want to come and join me in the studio, I'm welcoming you. So what you can do is send me a message on LinkedIn. LinkedIn. So you find my profile, you send me a message, and you tell me I want to come in and I want to talk to you in front of everybody. I want to be in the studio with you as a guest. And I will welcome you. I'll see you coming in. If you are several to come in, I'll get you in, and you're going to wait a few minutes, and then we're going to be several people online. I tried this a couple of times. Nobody joined for 2 or 3 reasons. I don't know. Also because of very little audience out there for LinkedIn, or because you just didn't want to, or you were shy. Don't be shy. If you have something to want to share, something you want to express here, I would be very honored to have you with me. So what you do, and I'm now opening my LinkedIn to see if I have any messages. This message would be, Andre, I would like to join, and then I will send you a link, and that will be the Zoom link for you to use, and join me on here, and then we'll be together in front of everyone. So please do not hesitate to do that. If you want to be invited, I'll be happy to have you here, and that's why I'm using Zoom. And next week the same, and when I have a guest here, the same. You're always welcome to join. At one point in the program, I will let you in. It's a half-hour program every week. It's going to change, by the way, soon, probably after April 20, well, after May 1st. We're going to increase the frequency, and will be, I think, uh, a bi-weekly program until we might become one day a daily program. But we have to increase audience. We have to see this pushing a little bit more, and we're going to have more of a team also producing this show that I'm right now doing alone, as my team has been reduced, not for the same reason as the army now or as federal agencies, but just because I couldn't find the right people to do this for me, as there's other things to do. So by the way, I'm looking for some help, and especially an agency or a team of people, not only one, that would know how to help me promote this show, promote all the things that I do, and help me out also with other things. And it's not one virtual assistant that I would need; it's much more. I want an agency so that one covers the other. If it's sick or whatever, I don't want to be stuck anymore with these VAs and independent VAs that unfortunately let you down at one point in time. I've been very disappointed with that, and I don't want to go through this experience again. That was a parenthesis. Going back to the topic, let's say 2 or 3 things I want to leave you with today. One, there's a big shift going on, no question. And the civil, national market of civil workers' positions is shaking. And this is because this country needs to reorganize all of that and save money, because the debt is too high, and because expenses have been excessively exaggerated, and nobody understand why. It was a caricature of expending money for 4 years in the last government. So I'm not here to promote one about the or against the other. I'm just saying factually they start seeing with this Doge organization and led by Elon Musk, who I think takes this extremely seriously, finding out that a lot of money has been wasted, and for all this money that we've been not wasting only, but paying for positions and things that have been created, it creates now a crisis like in the private sector, and there will be layoffs, so to speak, or early retirements, and that starts to create a lot of uncertainty in a place or a sector where it was not uncertain. So there is lessons to learn from the private sector. If you have friends, family in the private sector, learn from them, discuss it with them, open the dialogue, learn what they say, hear what they say. And you have coaches like me who can only say to you that you are fine, that probably a gift in your life, that it's your blessing. You will find after all this will be gone and you'll have a new position, that it was a blessing. You'll be in a better place, maybe. Most of the time, it will be the case. And this is why you need to be very resilient. And it is maybe something you are not working on. That resilience of yours, the fact that you're going to now review and revisit your resume, you're going to start networking and look at people that you were worked with, graduated with, form some groups and what I call the personal board of directors, that those people that you trust can tell you about their industry, their companies. They would love to use your skills in their company and send you a bona fide offer. All of this happens. Once you're opening up you to it, that comes. It's like a positive energy. When you're receptive and you put yourself available out there in the market, no magic formula, that's already enough to have you to give you the behavior, the language, the whole aspect of you that never expressed himself or herself this way in the market, because you were not available to the market. You were already closed completely to it because you had already your situation as it was. So today you have this wake-up call and you have lessons to learn. So learn them quick, learn them fast. Go to your computer, update your resume, capitalize on it, make it a case study, really dive into it. Spend most of the time, really most of your time, thinking about you, not selfishly, how you can give yourself out there the best of yourself. And there's a lot of different industries that are waiting for you, companies are waiting for you, if it's employment or if it's your own business you want to launch. The whole market, the whole consumer market is waiting for your product, for your service, for you to be there and provide it there fully from your heart and from your soul. This is what I think really you should really try to start identify with. Finally, there is a lot of success stories out there about people who have made the move, especially after retirement, early retirement. In the army, I coach some of people that have been in fact retired from the army and now work in the private sector, and they're very, very good at what they do. They're incredible leaders because in the army you learn a lot about leadership, and they apply all they learn, and it makes them in fact better leaders than those that come from the private sector in many, many instances. So you have a lot to offer out there. Believe it. Believe it, trust it, internalize this. It's very important. Your next move. Your next move can be a huge promotion for yourself. Again, you'll tell yourself that what happens to you now is a blessing. That pink slip, when you're not expecting it to happen or when you're not ready. But when you prepare yourself for that every day, like we should prepare for every day for not being alive tomorrow. Who knows, right? Who guarantees us that we're going to be around? We have to be prepared with all of that. Our mindset is always distracted by all the crap around us or all the distractions. It's unbelievable. We lose the core connections that we need to function, to be ourselves, to be very authentic. So I'm not here to give lessons. I'm giving you the experience I have with people I coach every day, with what I thought about when I saw the news, and I see now my clients starting to panic for those who work for the public sector because their job for the first time ever is threatened, and they might even lose it because this is what it is. It's fact of life. 2025, months of February, March, April, May, these few months to come are going to shake everybody, a lot of people, thousands of them. You need to get ready. You need to be happy. You need to be positive because that's all you have left. You need the positive energy. That will make you positive and attractive. If you are applying to a job, if you are offering yourself to the market, you're going to see how much everybody was waiting for you and how you welcome to bring your contribution, bring your value, bring your experience out there. That's what it is. That's the reality, believe me. So, what would be the call for action? Because that's always what we talk about in coaching. It's time to embrace your potential, to step up, to own your future because it's yours. And really, the best chapter of your life could be today and written by you, not by fear, not by panicking, not by being angry or by being angry at the system or being angry at the president or at this Elon Musk that you would see as a monster because it's because of him that you have lost your job. No, it's a situation that is much more important, much more global, much bigger than yourself, bigger than me, bigger than all of us. It is a country, it's a large country, it's a world, it's an economy. This country needs to go back on its feet. That country has to become more competitive. Whatever the reasons are behind this, it looks like they make sense. So be part of the club, I said. Come to the private sector or do something else, but be yourself authentically, proud, sorry, and thankful for what's going on because that is a pivotal moment and it determines the future for you, your family, your dear ones, your loved ones, and without any threat. It looks like they give you a lot of guarantees and a lot of coverage for this transition. So for the transition, be prepared, think about it, use a coach if you are too limited or too limited by the emotion of it and not seeing very clearly. You need to see yourself and you need to see things clearly. What brings clarity is what I'm talking about, is to trust in yourself 100%, 200%, and is to try to start renewing, and really reinventing yourself. And this is something that usually is exciting, and that's what I'm inviting you to do. Embrace the experience, embrace the project, and just try to manage that project intelligently with the proper amount of emotion, but especially the proper amount of brain strategy and again, authenticity. Welcome to this private sector or to whoever, to your new life, to whoever, by the way. Now, I was talking about the public sector, but everybody who received that pink slip, everybody who is forced to kind of move forward and move on, is your opportunity to do the best you can and make yourself available, promote yourself, be visible, and make the best of yourself. Thank you for listening today. See you next week. Next week we'll have, let me just tell you what it is. We'll have a guest next week, Thursday the 13th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be Valérie Darmon. She's a French broadcaster, and she's in one of the most popular radio in France called Europe One. And she has a psychology show at night when she is, in fact, giving therapy almost live on the air and has an approach to it that I found to be fascinating. So to be on radio and to be live is already a profession. To be a psychologist and a therapist is another profession. Then people are calling, she doesn't know what they are going to bring in. So it's all live and it's all for millions of people to listen. And I find this to be fascinating. We could do the same in coaching, by the way. And people would be calling and we would be coaching them for those who can make themselves vulnerable publicly. But it is amazing. And I think that Barry is one of the best I know. She has an incredible voice for the radio. She's an incredible broadcaster. And she's French because it's a French radio. So it'll be in French with subtitles, real-time translating. So this is going to be next week at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. 4 p.m. in Europe, 3 p.m. in the UK, et cetera, for all the time zones. And this is next week, and it is on You Change the World. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend.